The UK labor market basically came in better than expected and wages increased by 0.1%. The Australian labor market also came in well. The unemployment came in lower than expected. Fed Chair Bullard says rate hikes have had only limited effects on inflation so far. In a quote to CNBC, he said that the Fed could raise rates to 7%. And in other news, how the World Cup affects Forex trading. So what it says here is that while the World Cup in many other countries where football, soccer in the U.S., where football is big, the traders basically sit around to watch the game instead of trading. So what that basically means is there will most likely be lower amounts of trading going on during that period. So that's probably from the big boys all the way down to us retail traders. All right, so here in the U.S., we're not big on soccer, okay? But we do watch it. Now, what's going on here in this country is Thanksgiving. So I'm going to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving and get ready for Black Friday. And to all you World Cuppers, I'm going to wish you a hell of a game. All the interest. Hey Forex Militia, this is Parsival, and we are coming to you from the Forex Militia base camp. We basically have the calendar, the review from last week and going into this week, right? So basically what I went over in the preview was the pound, basically having the good numbers and the average earnings index, and then we have the Aussie, which came in at 32, which was basically better than expected from the 15. This is just like here in the U.S. When the number is higher, it means good, and of course unemployment dropped. And Bullard spoke. That's not actually on here, but we had some good numbers coming out of the unemployment, where that came in a bit lower than was what was expected. Retail sales was also decent month over month. So people are definitely still spending. Very interesting. Okay, so on to this week, and we have a rate decision from the NZD 425 coming up from, which is 75. Everybody's tightening hard. We have PMI, that's basically our the purchasing managers index. All right, and this is basically, I think I gave it to you last time. I explained it to you last time. I mean, basically, this is basically a barometer on how the businesses out there are seeing the coming months. If the number is basically good, that means that they're loading up on inventories. If the number is bad, that means that they're decreasing their inventories and they are preparing for contraction. All right. So we have the FOMC minutes also coming up on Wednesday, and that's at 2. And that's most likely going to be a non-event, because all the news and the understanding of what's going on with the Fed is basically is already done. We won't have another FOMC until the middle of December, and there's going to be a CPI before that. Okay, so that is it for this calendar, and we are going to go to the charts and see what we can see, starting with the dollar. Okay, on the dollar, I basically see that this is going to be gaining. It just basically crossed over on, so this is a good pullback, and I believe that it is going to rally higher up into 111. All right, so I'm bullish on the dollar. The COT has a long. On the US 30, I am bearish. This is still short, and we have some divergence coming in here. And I believe that this is going to fall down to an area like 25,000. Not this month, but maybe in the coming months. So batten down the hatches, get ready for that. On gold is basically going to be falling because the dollar is actually gaining again. It actually, on one of my indicators, it hit the over bought zone, and so that's a small thing. But what really it is this is basically a very nice pullback. This is just the opposite of what the dollar is basically experiencing. So that I am bearish on. The COT has it long. I am basically short also on Bitcoin. Bitcoin basically is going to be falling some more. Besides the FTX fallout that basically happened, was it last week? Coming into this week, and it is pretty. It's a scary thing, because I read an article that said if Binance or Tether actually fail, that's going to be it for crypto. Crypto is going to be in the dumpster for some time. On US oil is bearish. I have a bearish bias. The COT has a long, but I am looking for it to fall all the way down to 75, all the way down to this area here, and where this monthly support is at on the loonie. I believe that this will be going long. It also pulled back, and with the dollar, it will be very bullish, with the CAD being very bearish. On the euro will also be falling, following gold and the stock market. There is that correlation between those three. So I believe that this is going to be bearish, even though the COT has a long. And on the pound, the pound also should be going bearish also, because the euro and the pound normally trade side by side. All right, so I want to basically ask you to like, comment, and subscribe on this video. There's links in the description for TradeMiner, for EA Builder, and for SeasonX. Please, if I would ask you to check those out. And the closest thing to the Holy Grail is following the smart money. Knowledge is power. Be power hungry, and power to the people. And this is Parsival, Forex Militia, signing out.